guys, this is Heather and this is New Release Tuesday. We have over 20 books to talk about today, so buckle up. It's going to be a long but fun but very long ride. The first book we're going to talk about today is Battle Magic by Tamora. This is the third book in the Circle Reforged series. I do not know much about this series, but I know this series is all about magic and fantasy, and this series is highly loved, and it is a huge series if I'm correct, like series within series, that kind of stuff, so definitely check it out or check out her other works if you want like more information and stuff. The second book is Invasion by Walter Dean Myers. This book is all about World War II and two friends that meet that have nothing in common but everything in common as they go into this huge war together, and crazy thing ensues, scary things ensues, and all of that kind of stuff. Marie Antoinette, Serial Killer by Katie Alender, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think the title of this book gives it away. It's about a girl named Colette who goes to Paris on a class trip, and she learns that Marie Antoinette was more than, you know, Marie Antoinette. She was something else, if you don't know what I'm saying. The next book is Hitler's Secret by William Osborne. I don't know much about this one. I did some research and realized that it's kind of connected to another book by the same author entitled Hitler's Angel. I don't know if those two are the same book. I'm not too sure. I will take a wild guess and say it's about Hitler though. So if you are interested in learning about Hitler, check out this book, or fiction about Hitler. Next book is The Darkest Path by Jeff Hirsch. This is all about a futuristic world with stunning and dramatic realism and all that kind of stuff, like fantasy and all this awesomeness put into this book, so check it out. Sorry if I'm not providing too much descriptions. There's 20 books, so I'm trying to fly through them for you guys. The next book is A Spark Unseen by Sharon Cameron. This is the second book in a series called The Dark Unwinding. This is about a girl named Catherine who learns that her uncle is not a lunatic like everyone thinks he is, but rather a genius inventor. I've heard amazing things about this series. It's also steampunk, so if you like steampunk stuff, definitely check out the first book in this series, or read the sequel to it. Inhuman by Cat Falls. This is the first book in a new series called Fetch. America has been ravaged by a war that has left half of the eastern half of the country riddled with people that have mutilation. Many of the people that have this mutilation exhibit these different kind of animalistic habits or traits, if you will. Even the plants have gone feral in this novel, so this sounds very, very adventurous, very kind of crazy. This book, and forgive me on the author of this, is Hero by Althea Kontis. This is the second book in the Woodcutter Sisters series. I believe the first book in this series was about kind of a retelling or kind of like a spin on The Princess and the Frog. And this book has something to do with pirates and magic and quest, I believe. So if you're into like fantasy and kind of fairy tales or stuff like that being retold, definitely check this series out. Entangled by Amy Rose Capetta. This is about a girl named Cade who has been alone all of her life until she learns that she was created in a lab, entangled at a subatomic level with a boy named Zan, and now she's on a quest to find Zan and learn out more information of herself and how this all happened and why it happened and that kind of stuff. The next book is Hereafter by Kate Bryant. This is the second book in the Shadowland series. This series is about a girl who escapes the grasp of a serial killer, and her family must start over in the witness protection program. So her family, it's all about her family and her starting over, starting a new life. But are they really safe? Another girl gets suddenly murdered and things start to happen, so craziness ensues. Burn Bright by Bethany Frenette. This is the second book in the Dark Star series. This series is all about powers and mystery and darkness, so definitely check it out if you have not read the series at all. The next book is Wild Cards by Simone Elkeles. This is a new series by the amazing author who brought us the series Perfect Chemistry, which I love that series, so I am so excited for this book. This book is all about football and kind of a bad boy and kind of a good girl and scholarships and all that kind of ensues, so I will definitely for sure be checking this one out. Next book is How to Love by Katie Cotugno? I am so sorry, ma'am. I am so sorry. Rena and Sawyer suddenly fall in love, and it's a whirlwind romance, a crazy, crazy romance, and then one day Sawyer suddenly disappears without a word from their human Florida town, leaving behind a pregnant Rena. 3 years later, Rena is in love again, only with her daughter. And then suddenly Sawyer re-enters the picture. Can she fall in love with Sawyer? Can things be back to the way they were? Is he gonna disappear again? Who knows? This sounds like an amazing family, love, dynamic kind of drama. Hideous Love, the story of the girl who wrote Frankenstein by Stephanie Hemphill. This is all about the life of Mary Shelley, who actually wrote Frankenstein, and all about that. So definitely check it out if you're curious about Frankenstein, how it was made, and why it was created, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, perfect in time for Halloween. Next book is Blackout by Robison Wells. This is about 2 teenagers who are high school students and about 2 people who are trained terrorists. They meet and find out how they're all intertwined suddenly, and it's just crazy and a lot of action packed. The next book is Eat, Brain, Loves by Jeff Hart. This is about 2 teenage zombies who met in the cafeteria and then proceeded to eat half of their senior class. So, you know, no big deal, love at first bite. Right? Right. Witty joke there. It's probably a fail. The book is said to appeal to fans of Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion and fans of even The Walking Dead, which I love them both, so I'm all in. Eat, Brains, Love. Make me fall in love while eating half of my senior class. You know, just go ahead and do it. Next book is Unbreakable by Cami Garcia. This is the first in a new series by one of the co-authors who brought us the amazing and wildly popular Castor Chronicles series. This is about a girl who learned that her mom is a part of this secret ancient society responsible for protecting the world from a demon society. A society whose members were all mysteriously murdered all on the same night. This sounds very suspenseful and very good. I've heard amazing things about it. Check this series out if you're fans of Cami Garcia. Next book is Pretenders by Lisa Harrison. Email goes out to the whole student body from this mysterious student. This email is all about secrets behind the choosing, or just the secrets behind the topmost 5 outstanding freshmen that are found in the back of the yearbook every single year. This person likes to delve into different secrets. When I read this description, it reminded me very much so of Gossip Girl the series, as in the books, more so than the TV show. So I'd say if you like the Gossip Girl series, this might be right up your alley. 6 Months Later by Natalie Richmans. Chloe fell asleep one day in study hall on a summery day as a mediocre student with nothing in her life too great. Then she wakes up to find snow on the ground, her on the fast track to become the school's valedictorian, and dating the super hot jock Blake. What happened in the past 6 months, and why can Chloe not remember anything? This sounds very, very interesting. The next book is Endless Night by Kresley Cole. This is the second book in the Akana Chronicles, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry if I am not. This series is all about ancient prophecies and a battle between good and evil. So The Beautiful and the Damned by Jessica Verday. This is a spin-off series to her Hollow series that she also wrote. I do not know much about the Hollow series, but I will say if you are interested in The Beautiful and the Damned, I would not read it until you've read her Hollow series, seeing how it is a spin-off. So you don't want to spoil yourself on anything, right? Next book is Ghost Prison by Joseph Delaney. Billy starts his first night at a prison guard at he thinks is going to be somewhat of an ordinary prison, but it is not. There are haunted cells, whispers and screams and cries at night, and then there's Witch Well. Now Billy has been told to stay away from Witch Well because of its prisoner inside of it, but Billy, of course, is wondering what kind of prisoner could be so bad? What secrets are behind Witch Well, and why is this prison so eerie? Man-Made Boy by Jon Skovron. Boy is the son of Frankenstein and the bride. He has never left home. He's always scared of what people will think of him and such. And then when trouble arises at home with his family, he embarks on a cross-country trip with the granddaughters of Jekyll and Hyde. Sounds very funny and awesome, and I definitely want to check it out. Next book is Everything Breaks by Vicky Groves. Tucker was supposed to be the designated driver for his friends that night at the party, but something about that last summer night made him want to be out of control and wild for the night. He drank so much that his friends left without him, and I'll catch up with you later were the last words he ever spoke to his friends. And that was the last time Tucker saw them alive. Tucker then meets the ferryman who carries the souls of the newly deceased across the river to the divide that divides from dead to being alive. And Tucker gets a chance to live or to see his friends one more time. And the last book today is going to be Picture Me Gone by Meg Rosoff. Mila has a talent for reading rooms. She can see hidden facts and unspoken emotions in a room that others quickly overlook. Her dad's best friend suddenly goes missing in his upstate New York home, and Mila and her dad are quickly on the way to New York to find out where he has gone, and it's going to take all of Mila's strength and power to find her dad's best friend. Woo! That's a lot of books to take. Just sit back and rest for a while and just whew, let's all just rest for a little bit. That was a ton of great books coming out this week. I apologize. I noticed that some of them at the beginning of my list actually came out last week on September the 24th. So I apologize for that, but at least you know about them now. You know, books are books. I make mistakes. I apologize for. Please let us know in the comments which newly released book you are looking most forward to getting your hands on this week. As always, my name is Heather, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Go rest now, because I will, because that was a lot of books, so good night. Just kidding. Bye.